Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Guess what? It's Saturday morning and we are what? Back. Oh, look at you, coach. Don't you look pretty? Hey, Vicky. You look pretty too. Girl, your hair is always on point. Both of y'all.
I know it. I know it. And it's so hard to keep this hair up, girl.
Girl, let me
I've
tell
been
you,
on
let me
top of it.
tell
You hear
you.
me?
Welcome, everybody. We are back. It's Saturday morning. We have some good stuff for you all this morning. You know why? Because we're here for y'all. That's why we have some good stuff. We're going to talk about the Free Women Project. And women, don't miss your opportunity to get free. I'm going to let my co hosts and everybody introduce themselves, tell you who they are and what they do. I guess I should tell y'all who I am, huh?
I guess we should start by saying, guys, if you haven't already gotten your name in the hat for part of this $1 million in funding to help you build your online business, because that's what the initiative is for, go to bit.ly/freewomen2020, bit.ly/freewomen2020, and get your name in the hat, because you don't have to live how you live it. You have options. Just got to exercise those options. Go ahead, Miss Fauntleroy, introduce yourself.
Good morning, everybody. I'm back again. It's Rose Fauntleroy. That's who I'm gonna be today. I might be Shakisha, somebody else another day, but we ain't gonna talk about that. I am your virtual time genie. I am, but my company helps women free themselves by being able to work in a virtual space so that they don't have to necessarily be stuck in the house or stuck in an office. They make their office where they are, thereby reclaiming their time. We also help companies to reclaim their time by hiring our virtual time genies to save them time and affect their bottom line. There it is.
That's a lot right there, Rose.
There it is.
Hey, everybody. Good morning. I'm excited to be here today. Every time that I come before you all, I count it truly a blessing. I am Vicki Kirk May, and I have the honor and privilege to support educators and just being the very best version of themselves that they can be, whether it means to helping them and supporting them and elevating their mindset, their money, time management, just whatever resources that they need in order to be the best that they can be while they're out here in these teaching streets, then I'm there to support them and help them to do it.
So, guys, if you haven't shared the broadcast already, go ahead and share the broadcast. And, guys, today we want to just talk about, freedom in and of itself. And there's a lot of different types of freedom. It's physical freedom, mental freedom, financial freedom, psychological freedom. And the tide is really, really changing. And matter of fact, we're at the point now where we're forcing the tide to change. And we have to remember that in all of this, we have choices. We don't have to live the way we live. We don't have to live the way our ancestors lived. We don't have to sit down and just shut up and take it. You know, we don't have to do anything. But what we must do is gain back control, gain back economic control, economic freedom. We got to start working together, being more understanding of each other. I tell you, thank you, CC. I never seen such internal hate. And that internal hate, us against us, makes other people think they can come in and treat us any kind of way they want because we treat each other any kind of way we want. So part of it starts with making sure we're doing the right thing. But now let me tell you low key what I heard. Low key, I heard all this looting and burning. Ain't just African Americans, that other races are taking advantage, taking the opportunity to come in and burn the neighborhoods and taking advantage to cause more racial strife. you got to be careful as to what you see on the news. And you got to be careful as to even how we perceive what's going on right now. And we got to stop acting like them killing black men is new, because it's not. I grew up in the South. You know, that's where the word picnic comes from. You know, the lynching of black men. They gonna pick a nick to go out. And it used to be a family event. People would bring food and bring their children, and you got somebody swinging from a tree. And it boils down to they are so embarrassed. I think they are so embarrassed as to how they've done us systemically as a people, that they don't have all they can do is get mad, you know. But at the end of the day, and if I get one more email from any company with how bad they feel and how they've had to explain this to their kids, and I'm like, pardon me, sir, I'm just really not sorry for you right now. I'm sorry, Mr. Jeff Bezos, that you had to come off your $1 billion pedestal and stand up for black folks that's been buying your stuff since you was just selling books. I'm sorry, Uber, who between rappers putting you in songs and black folks catching your Ubers, put you on the map, and now you got to sit down and explain to your kids what racial injustice is and why are the blacks so angry. Guys, we got to get to the point that nothing is enough. And like I said, I'm low key still waiting on my reparations.
Right.
That part.
Because you know they did reparations in Brazil. Mm-hmm. The indigenous people, they gave them billions of dollars. I'm still waiting on my reparations. I'm still waiting on you to get the drugs that you dropped off out of my neighborhood. I'm still waiting, still trying to figure out how my neighborhood got more guns than they got grocery stores and food. I mean, it's just so many things.
It goes really deep.
So I'm not really just angry about one thing. And it's a shame that one person had to die to really be the straw that broke the camel's back. But we ain't been able to breathe in a long time as a people. We haven't been able to breathe as a race for a long time. And I know as a woman, I can't tell you the last time that I was able to breathe between worried about my man going to jail or worried about my children getting beat by the laws. When have I been able to breathe? And then if I say something about it,
come on,
share the broadcast, make sure you share the broadcast. Then when I say something about it, I'm an angry black woman. Then when I say something about it, I got an attitude. I can't even speak up in corporate America, or you trying to say, you know, I'm not a team player. Team players don't mean I do all the damn work and you get all the damn credit. That is not the definition of team player. And so it's just so much. And we've gotten so as a society that we accept not only racism, but its close cousin capitalism. Because you can't say this is a free commerce society and then don't give me the rules to play the game, because you don't. You've taken vocational skills out of the schools. You've taken a lot of the things that did help black people, you know, machine shop and air conditioning repair and woodworking and plumbing. All that used to be part of a high school curriculum. You've taken it out. You've literally said, if you're not going to sing, dance, act, or run a ball for me, I don't want to see you in my circle.
Say so. Say so, Coach. And you know, it's funny you bring up Amazon, Mr. Bezos, this morning, because earlier you said, Rose, what is all that noise over there? It was me with my TV on because I watched the news in the morning. But when I flipped on my little Fire Stick, you know, to go to my YouTube TV, tell me what I'm looking at right now. It says Black Lives Matter. Amazon stands in solidarity with the Black community. I don't
So
even
my
get
thing
to
is,
that.
why do you? So did you not stand in solidarity with us before? Why are all these companies having to come out?
Right.
Look, I've been standing with and for Black women for 9 years. I was like, should I send an email? Like, I ain't gotta send no email. If you don't know I got your back by now, you tripping.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I can't do nothing but get the backs of the people that invest in my company. 99.9% of my revenue comes from African American women, period. So you say what you want about your sisters, they spend money with me.
That's right.
So maybe if they don't spend money with you, it's a problem with your product. But I didn't say that.
Yeah, because we ain't want to gossip. You ain't hear from us. We ain't want to.
But all of these companies, and that's even more stressful for me because I'm like, clearly you don't really understand, or you wouldn't be sending me this freaking message. It's
Exactly.
really an insult. Jeff Bezos, some customer wrote him and said all lives matter, and so he reposted on his Instagram. All customers are mad at me, but I don't care, bruh. But it's easy for you not to care when you the richest man in the world. But at the end of the day, what they say to you is gonna be what they say to me in the streets, and you want me to just shut up and take it.
Right.
So now that you're feeling the raw, unfiltered hatred from somebody just because of the color of their skin or just because you associate with them, now you understand.
Well, my thing is authenticity. And a lot of the company, and I appreciate them putting out the little statements and everything, but be who you are. If you don't think Black Lives Matter, say you don't think they matter. If you don't think that you need us, say it. Be authentic.
But see, that's why I say racism and capitalism run hand in hand. They are first cousins.
That's right.
Because you standing with me because you realize my buying power right now.
Exactly.
You standing with me because you looking and saying, well, what would I do if they took their money and became self-contained? So now all you want to run for the hills. But my question is, where was you when I needed funding for my children to go to school? And where was you when I needed a promotion? And where was you when the wage gap came about? And how did this wage gap get so big? And
so big.
Where was you when they was putting all these Black men in jail and come to find out later they ain't did nothing?
They did nothing.
Where was you? All that time you was over there making your money, and you really didn't care about me then, and you really don't care about me now, and I really ain't even tripping because you ain't been caring about me.
But I do believe they understand the power that, or they know the money that we're spending now.
Oh, yeah.
And like you said, they are afraid of if we truly take away just one day, they know the impact. So they have to say something, because somebody's going to look at that email and they're going to be, oh, they are for us. They're going to believe the okie doke.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be so grateful for that email. So grateful for, it was, can't even think of the company now but it's a huge company that gave so many millions or thousands or whatever to Black Lives Matter. And so they're going to look at that, and then they're going to be so satisfied with that because they understand the power that we possess. I want us to understand.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
That's what I want,
Becky. It's like being in a relationship. You have a relationship, you see your mate every day, you sleep beside them every night, you feed them, but you don't really communicate or consider their feelings because they're always going to be there. They're not going anywhere. So you take them for granted until they get tired, until they get fed up. And then what they usually do, they pack their bags and they walk out the door.
And that's my point. Don't wait until you see me leaving.
That's right.
Don't wait until you see me upset. Don't wait until civil unrest has to be the threat for
Exactly.
you to do something different.
Exactly.
But again, it's on us. It's almost like, and I know a lot of it is conditioning, but we've got to do the work to uncondition ourselves.
Uncondition ourselves, because it does, like with anything else, it starts at home. They teach their children a certain thing. We teach our children a certain way.
I heard an interview, I think it was Jay-Z, and I'm trying to think of who he was speaking with. But he talked about how hard it is for us to wrap our minds around business because we have to overcome so many other
Obstacles.
so many other conversations. So while they're at home having business conversations, I'm at home teaching my kids not to do drugs because that's what's in the community, and teaching them how not to steal because that's what's in the community. I got to have conversations with them about police brutality because that's what's in the community. So by the time I have all these other conversations, what time is there left
To teach them about business and how to not be in just survival mode.
So what that looks like is that, let me see if I can change it.
Did I just change it?
You did. But what that looks like is that we're coming from behind. So by the time it is time for me to start having those conversations, they off to school somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
They're off to school, or
especially with black men, when you got to talk to them about jail and police brutality, and you got to talk to them about their relationships and not being accused of rape, and you got to have all these conversations with them.
And psychologically, you have teaching them, talking to them about not having to stuff your feelings down when you get stopped by the police. Put your hands on the wheel where you can see them. When they disrespect you, you can't even say, sir. Don't disrespect
I've seen
me.
so many videos. I saw this one white man literally rip a ticket up and throw that ticket in that police officer's face and
pull off. But let a black man do that. He might not even make it to the jailhouse because he might get murdered right there on this side of the street. It has to stop. It has to stop, y'all.
You know, a mother should not have to worry about their son in that manner. It's sad.
And not just it's more prevalent with the men, but now it's getting as prevalent with the women. I remember about 5 years ago, my daughter and a girlfriend of hers had an encounter in the city of Richmond with 2 police officers, pulled them over. This man talked to them because my daughter dialed me up on the phone. He told her if she did not get out the car, and mind you, she's on the passenger side. She's not driving. She would not give him her ID. He told her if she did not give him the ID and get out of the car, he was going to reach through the sunroof and pull her out. The only thing that saved those 2 girls that night from getting shot or going to jail was Sierra had dialed me in. And on another phone, I dialed in our attorney. Now, a lot of folks don't have a chance to do that. One cop was the bad cop, one cop was the good cop. They playing off each other, but at the same time antagonizing 2 young women who were scared to death. My daughter had never been stopped by the police before, and she won't even drive it.
And see, that's another thing. We got to know our rights.
Yes.
But when you in a stop like that, you ain't got no rights.
That's right. You don't.
Because who's around to help you enforce them rights? They was telling them people, I think they had to stop in Beaumont the other day where a man said something and they took them to jail too. Somebody, because they was cussing on their phone. Public
Probably indecent.
disorderly language.
And see, that's another thing. We have to go to the legislature. We have to look at these laws that's on the books. There's more than one way to protest. There has to be the protest in the street. Everybody has a job and a duty, but you have to be in the room. You have to be at the table. You have to go to the legislature. You have to look at these laws that's on the books. Because if y'all looked at some of these laws that's on the books, there are some very archaic laws
Very.
on the books, and they enforce them right today, but you got to get them changed. How do you do that? You got to go sit in these people's offices. You got to let them see your face. People take that for granted. You got to go to the voting box, not just when it's a big election for the
Girl,
president.
we're gonna have to do something about the whole voting system as it
The
is.
whole thing.
The way it's designed right now, you can vote and vote all day. If that electoral college say something different, then they gonna choose their president. So we got to go back to scratch.
And you know that they're
And I believe things are going to change. I believe that this is just the beginning of the shaking of the foundation of the earth. And it's sad that lives have to be lost, but we're in a war in so many different ways. And I know for me in all of this, I had to understand where was my place in this. What was my duty in this? Because everybody can't be the eyes. Everybody can't be the hands. Everybody can't be the feet. What's my job? What's my duty in this? And as an educator, I got on the phone with some of my teachers. I'm like, we cannot go back into the school year 2019, 2020 and doing and teaching the same way we did. We just can't do that. It's a totally different game right now, and we have to prepare our children and let them know that they matter. Because if not, it's gonna continue and continue. So you have to find your place. For me, that's what freedom. Freedom to me is knowing who I am and what my purpose is and how I can show up. I might not be the one holding the picket signs or out there protesting and marching and all of that, but I can march my teaching tail into the classroom.
Absolutely.
And
I
show
agree
up.
with you 100. And Vicky, that was what I said. What can I do? And my answer was the same as what I've been doing for the last 9 years, and that is showing women how to economically,
Be free.
generationally, from a legacy perspective, from a physical perspective, freeing them from their jobs, and then turning around to help free others.
Absolutely.
And we all got a part to play. And part of our problem is that we're out of line.
Mm-hmm.
We're so busy going to a job, we don't understand that our work, our purpose is our work, and it will pay you.
It will.
And let me tell you something else. They done set up here and rewrote these history books. Teachers have got to raise their hand. We was not immigrants, fool. We did not come here voluntarily. Y'all cannot keep lying in them history books about everything from Pocahontas to them Christopher Columbus discovered America. Y'all got to stop telling lies. It starts with the truth.
Right, exactly. It starts with the truth.
400 years ago, we set sail to a faraway land.
And it won't Gilligan's Island.
And under duress, in bondage, we brought a foreign people to our land for the express purpose of making them work for us for free. We were not indentured servants.
Right.
We were not quote unquote partners.
And Coach, it goes back to, like you said, the capitalism part of it, and women, and you helping women and showing them how to walk the road to their freedom, to their dreams. We have to stop being afraid. to reach out and grab what is freely out there for us. You're offering $1 million worth of grants. I would think that women would be knocking each other over, standing in line, shaking each other's hand, talking about what you do, what do you do, how we gonna do this to get this grant.
Let me tell you something. That goes back to our own self-worth
Mhm.
and the valuation of ourselves and those around us. If this was somebody white offering this grant,
Oh, they put the paperwork in tomorrow. They was in yesterday.
exactly.
Because, and you have to realize everything comes at a cost, because I had someone say to me, well, to roll with you all, you got to have some money. Well, yes and no. If you
Well,
get the
let's talk about
knowledge,
that. Where do you go for free?
nowhere.
You
Because
can't go to the club for free.
everything costs. If it's not monetary, it's mental. If it's not social, it's physical. Everything has a cost. How do you progress through that? Well, if you get your knowledge and get your skills and everything in order, you're going to make the money to pay your investment, because it's not a cost, it's an investment. Don't believe what you've been programmed to believe. You can change that. And the change has to, as you said earlier, it has to start with you. It has to start with us. We have to believe that we're worth it, because we sacrifice and rob Peter to pay Paul for everything else. If you wanted that pair of shoes, or you wanted that brand new comforter on that bed, but that light bill needed to be paid, you say, well, and I know I'm not lying. And I know I'm not the only one who has done it.
Right.
You say, well, the light bill this month caught up, so I ain't gonna pay it this month. I'll catch that next month, because I want that pair of shoes. Because you know why? Not necessarily because the pair of shoes is gonna bring you so much walking value, because it makes you feel good in your psyche. So that's deep rooted. So we rob Peter to pay Paul for everything else. Why you can't rob Paula to pay Paulette for your destiny, for your legacy, for your dream?
Yeah.
Because we've been taught so long to push those things down. Some folks, some of our dreams are pushed down so far, we don't even remember what it is. And I can speak to that. You lose your voice. But when you start regaining your voice, once you're convicted in your spirit, nothing can change that. It's like a post I saw the other day. Once you see something, you can't unsee it. So go to bit.ly/freewomen2020. Have a conversation. Fill out an application. When you fill out that application and hit that submit button, there's no money that's going to come out your account right then. But do know everything does have a cost. But you have the opportunity for a grant that's going to pay so much of your tuition. Take the chance. Take the opportunity. Vicki, you have any last words? Because we're going to have to get on out of here.
I just want to say that we're talking about freedom. And I know for me, freedom began with just a simple belief. And that belief that is that I am possible, that what it is that I want, that it can really happen. And for me, that unlocked the door to certain successes and that feeling of accomplishment. And so just fill out that application and submit it, and allow the sense of accomplishment to build your confidence. It could be just that one thing, because we get torn down so much and we experience so many failures. Experience the success of just filling out that application and just let God do the rest.
Absolutely. And fill out the application knowing that the answers or the questions that the answers you submit on that application, it's not going to come back and say wrong answer, or
right.
you're not approved because you missed this question over here.
Mm-hmm.
The success, absolutely, Vicki. Coach, you want to give us any last words?
Look, I know I felt good.
Me too.
No, that's all I have. We're better together. That's it.
Absolutely.
And we can't let other people quantify our worth.
Mm-hmm.
Our worth has already been spoken of us from the work our ancestors did. We had work, but we got to do our part to make sure we're not being a detriment to our own worth.
Absolutely. And then with that, y'all, we're gonna bid you adieu. You all have a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful Saturday, and we will see you all back here tomorrow. Is Sunday.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.